Manchester City revamped, revitalised, still in the mind of their manager, Brian Horton, one more win away from certain salvation, although the results have gone reasonably well for them earlier today. This is Kanchelskis in typical guise. Can Hughes reach it? Here he does! Andy Dibble blocks. And then City get the respite of a free kick with full gratitude to their goalkeeper. That's a fine link-up between the two Germans. Carl finding Rössler, looks for Walsh. It was an intelligent ball in behind Dennis Irwin.
I tell you, his pal's furious with him. Stefan Carl is absolutely furious. But let's have a look at that save from Dibble, and this is why he's been given the nod. Even if Tony Cotton was fit today, I think Dibble would have been given the nod, because this is the type of form that he's been in.
Here's Hughes with the back heel. No one in particular for United, cleared by David Brightwell. Rocastle, who loves to play from the centre of midfield, trying to feed it through for Walsh here, who skips away from Steve Bruce. Rössler hits the post, and Roy Keane clears his line. Manchester United took the right turning when confronted by a crossroads in their season at Main Road in November. 4 days earlier, you might remember, they'd flown home from Turkey out of the European Cup. After 45 minutes, they were 2 down to Niall Quinn. Coming back so strong in the second half. The first half hasn't been all that they would want here either. And Walsh, he was surprised that the ball came back to him a yard or so from the goal itself. Manchester United just about survive.
The only thing that Walsh is wrong here is he loses track of it there. He didn't see the ball, he didn't see it come back off Steve Bruce, and had he done so, then I think Paul Walsh would have been giving them a 1-0 lead.
Here's Parker. Hughes gets it to feet to lay it off to Kanchelskis. Biggie, the first line of defence, he skips past him. It comes for Hughes. Leaning back, lofting the shot, and escape for City.
Well, as soon as his body shape was on the back foot, if you like, his left foot, and he's leaning back, he was always going to have difficulty in keeping this down, even with someone as good as Mark Hughes at volleying. You can see there, he's leaning back.
United have taken only 12 points out of the last 27 available to them. And that's the ball that they want from Hughes to Kanchelskis. Andrei Kanchelskis, Cantona is there, Kanchelskis, Cantona!
Well, it's taken him 35 minutes to get the combination right, to get the perfect scenario. You couldn't have wished for this any better. Alex Ferguson, I talked about the pace, I talked about the 1-for-1, and this is it. But give Hughes credit, he's quick enough to spot it. From there, there's only one winner, and now he has a decision to make. Cantona makes it easy for him, takes up that position. It's a square pass, very close to being offside, you know, but the pass, I think, is square, and that keeps him onside. Well, you talked too soon about this weather in Manchester, didn't you, Mr. Tyler? It's now bucketing with rain up at that left end.
I say it was Alex Ferguson who wanted the rain. He had the sprinklers on all day. And here's Cantona closing in for his second. There it is.
Well, they've done what you said they mustn't do, and that's lose another right on the stroke of half-time. First reaction here was, is there an offside? He's trying to hold, there's the pass. It's David Brightwell on the far side, and I think he's so concerned with Kanchelskis' pace that he's gone back. He doesn't want to get caught for pace. He's gone back, and that's proved fatal, because everyone else is up. And did anyone ever expect this guy to miss? I certainly didn't. Goalkeeper comes out. Many people talk about lifting it over him, but Dibble stays big for a while. But look at that. He's in total control, total mastery of the situation.
Complex, colourful, charismatic, sheer class. The difference between Manchester United and Manchester City here. 2 Eric Cantona goals. Alex Ferguson's side took a while to get going, but they're well in control here. They lead City by 2 goals to 0. Well, City here have to try and do what United did to them at Main Road in November. Then the home side were 2 goals to the good. The same player had scored them both. Of course, the problem that Manchester City have is that Niall Quinn, who's had a bit of a domination in derby goals recently is sitting in our studio, and sadly for them, not doing his stuff out on the pitch. Russell. Alistair coming across with great purpose. A well-timed tackle, it needed to be. Hasn't had a real sight of the United goal. Ian Brightwell, kept in by Beagrie. Walsh with a flick header. Just a little flex of the City muscles again.
It's a good early cross from Peter Beagrie. And that shows you it doesn't matter. You don't have to be 6 foot tall in the penalty area if the crosses have got enough quality in it.
David Brightwell. Beagrie. For Walsh. Back for Beagrie. Brilliant play this. And Roy Keane was required there with a rescue act.
Great example of what we're talking about. In total control, but when they need someone to put in that extra bit of effort. And just watch Keane. You can see him there. He picks up the run of Beagrie. And look at his determination to get back in there and stop Beagrie having a shot at goal. Wonderful stuff. That's what midfield play is all about. We all talk about Keane's forward runs, but look at the way he assesses the situation there. And
he's made a mistake here, Cantona. Rocastle dismisses him. McMahon waiting to be teed up. Hill, he saw out of the corner of his eye, move to the right, but he threads it through for Wrestler. It's a chance for City, as good as they've had since they've been behind.
That's the best they've had since they've been behind. Simple as that, Mark. When chances are few and far between in games that's this importance, then you really have to do better than this. The one thing at least you have to do is make the goalkeeper earn his pay. You have to make him make a save. Lovely ball from McMahon. Spots Rosler in a very good position. Took up an excellent position, but the shot really was quite poor.
Keane. McMahon having to make up the ground. The best he can do at the moment is just hold him up. Keane gets his shot in.
That's an example of what I mean. We haven't seen too many central midfield players of City make this sort of run. Ask this many questions defensively. It's a very ambitious attempt. We'll just see from this angle how close it becomes. But he's looking to bend it on this side and never comes close. I don't think, certainly from the pictures we saw there was no suggestion of Eric Cantona being guilty of anything.
Well, they've come to worship again. It's pressing on.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind seeing that again. I wouldn't mind seeing that again.
And Ince turn their attentions at the referee, and Ince has spoken out of turn. Now, you might remember the last booking that Paul Ince got. There was a suggestion that it would take him into a suspension. That period has passed.
Here it is. Let's watch
a penalty.
Well, that's it. Tells it all. That's a penalty. No danger at all. Watch Michel Vaux's. I guess his right leg goes in with here. Out it comes. It comes up high. It takes Paul Ince halfway up.
So Ince booked, Cantona booked, Keane booked. But what matters for Manchester United are 2 Cantona goals in the latter stages of the first half. 3 crucial points for them. City unable to knock them off the course that can lead them back to the Championship. Cantona decides the derby. City still not certain of survival in the Premiership, and that will concern their fans even more than the loss of local pride here. A 9th consecutive meeting with Manchester United without a win, equaling their worst ever sequence on these special occasions. But for United, it's the right result.
Well, of course, you can never be sure in derby games. And in fairness, City set out a system to frustrate us. They played the 2 strikers wide, no central strikers, which meant a problem for Bruce and Palace picking up someone.
We set out a little plan, which I thought it worked well early on, without trying to be too negative, you know. And we've hit the post, and we look like scoring. And then, as so often happens, they've hit us on the break, haven't they? Bit of pace from Kanchelskis and Cantona's